on the thing, because I might forget it, and I've watched a lot of Newsnight. Hello. Oh, cool. I've watched a lot of Newsnight, so I know like if someone forgets what we have to say, we just do this. And like Paxman looks at them like some sort of demon staring them down. Like you just don't want to be in that situation. Also, this is a comedy gig. It's a charity comedy gig, which means there's a lot of people in the audience who are, I've seen them do stand-up gigs from time to time, will know there's a massive temptation to do a joke or several jokes about the charity that we're raising money for. I was really tempted to do this, but I thought better of it because it'd be a bit mean. I mean, I didn't want to make jokes about how some people have to drink water which is nearly black. It's full of chemicals and it's causing them serious health defects. But if Americans want to drink Coca-Cola, like... oh, wait, that one. No, I thought I'd tell one joke, like an actual sort of one-line joke before I start my set. The joke is, how do you know if your potato's damaged? It's chipped. Just so you don't have my stories, you can't claim I didn't tell at least one joke tonight. I think I'm quite new at comedy. This is probably my first official gig, like in front of people and that, rather than a wall, which is harder to impress, so it's like a double standard. But I didn't know if I wanted to be a comedian who just told one-liners or a kind of comedian who told stories and that, and I thought, no, I don't want to be a comedian who tells one-liners, because if I ever get famous doing stand-up, which is unlikely but possible, then you become a celebrity, and the general rule of celebrities is they do coke. Like, that's just, you have to do coke to be a real celebrity. I don't know if that's a requirement of like the Royal Guild or Society of Celebrities, but they're all doing it. And if you're a one-line comedian who dies of a coke overdose, obviously the headline is just going to be like one line too many, which is, I can't really handle that level of irony. It's too much, I can't be dealing with that. And in a way I think as well that shows the power of the media. Like, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, like they're out to get us on the other side of the moon, but like the media have got a lot of power. There's like sort of big companies, and I think, is it 10 companies sort of own 95% of the product names, you know, like Unilever, Johnson & Johnson, that kind of stuff. And what worries me about companies is they will say literally anything to sell you a product. I'm sure you've probably seen on TV and that, there's an advertisement for a well-known brand of washing up liquid. It's got its own little catchphrase, Fairy economy, you know, use Fairy, it goes longer. The adverts are pretty predictable. There's like some sort of MILF who's doing the washing up. So, I don't know, it's just always the way, because attractive people use Fairy. But the point of the advert is that Fairy economy, like, it lasts a lot longer. Now, we had a lot of this in our student house last semester, and I have to say, it worked. Like, from the start of the semester till Christmas when I went home, this stuff barely went down at all, like almost unnoticeable. I mean, the dishes were piled up high, and like really, really dirty and like looked like I hadn't been washed. But I mean, it didn't go down at all. So I guess that's my business tip: is Fairy economy really does last longer. So, so yeah, if you want to save a bit of moolah, but that's how it goes. But I don't want to talk about companies for too long. Obviously, like as a comedian, you've got like 3 real things to talk about. Well, power 3, you've got like racism, sexism, paedophilia. I don't want to talk about like racism or paedophilia because like, apparently that can get you in trouble with like other people. And if 2013 has proved anything, it's that you definitely can't offend feminists. So I thought I'd stick to a sort of woman-based joke for a while. Shout out to Robin Thicke. He's a master. I can't even finish that, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I kind of only got exposed to this kind of idea of like feminism and all that kind of stuff at uni. So I never really knew what to think of it. For a long time I had a problem with the term militant feminism. I was like, what's going on with this? Because when you hear about militant Islam, you think, yeah, that's pretty militant, they've got guns. Like, that's kind of a defining feature of being militant. Last time I saw a militant feminist protest, they weren't strolling down the streets with AKs. If they had, I'd have probably run in the other direction, because I suffer from ballistophobia, which is obviously the irrational fear of flying bullets. I don't know if I'm alone in that, but you know, it affects me quite badly. But no, these feminists, they weren't armed with AK-47s. They were armed with signs, which are classically associated with democratic peaceful protests. But I thought, if the newspapers and that are going around stories about militant feminists because they're armed with signs, well, like the housing bubble, there's a bit of growth in the housing market, so I wonder if in the future we're going to see stories about sort of gangs of militant estate agents marauding through London and South East England, because there are signs as well. So yeah, maybe the media misrepresent people sometimes, I don't know. But move on, nice and smooth. I didn't want to focus too much on just jokes about women and that, because obviously it looks a little bit like one-sided gender bias. I think there's a lot of issues facing men in modern day society as well. I only discovered these recently when I started using Facebook and that. The main issues faced by men appear to be, I mean, you always see this on any website I go to, how to get jacked in 30 days. That apparently has been causing a lot of people a lot of concerns, because it's all the adverts are about. And the other one is how to deal with the number of women who are flirty and looking for fun within a 20-mile radius. My first advice would be some sort of spreadsheet, I don't know, just keep it organised. Just one of those things. But no, definitely, those are, two issues that really affect no one. Whereas I found out recently, well, I said I found out, I was having a conversation with one of my friends who was a feminist, and she was saying, oh, women have a much worse sort of crisis with body issue in the media now. I thought, how? You don't have to get jacked in 30 days. This is all I've been told from a sort of suggestible age of about 15, 16. But she was saying that, there's more pressure and all that kind of stuff. And for a while I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I discovered this. For those of you at the back that can't see, or if anyone here can't read, it's called Fresh Body. This is boob deodorant. Now, it's available for a very reasonable price of $11.99. If there was ever some sort of competition for the world's most pointless invention, it may well have to be this. I think boobs have had quite good PR for a while. Maybe I will accept this as a product if I ever hear a conversation at the bus stop or the cafe oh yeah, Terry, how'd it go with that girl you pulled in the club last night? Oh well, I went back to her, but I was dismayed to discover her boobs had been perspiring the whole bloody time. So what did you do? Well, I obviously fucking left. So I can't put up with this nonsense anymore. This is literally the most pointless thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, don't buy it. Thank you very much.